That's Big Bad John. Big Jim's older brother. So, welcome back. It's gonna be a fun episode. I don't know what year this is. I forgot to ask the guy. He's got the title. I just haven't picked it up yet. But 67 to 72, I'm guessing. But C50. It's been off the road since 01. Yeah, let's take a walk around it. Look at it. Tires are a little weather checked. I don't know the backs. They definitely don't match. But the tire's seen better days.
But it is re-groovable, so.
Well, it's been capped. It was capped at some point with us. I'll haul loads with it. I don't care. Yeah, 01. So that's 23 years parked. Got the dump bed option. It's not in the best shape, but I don't know. Comment below. Let me know what you think I should do with it. Should I make another truck like Big Jim? Another big pickup, or get a dump truck, put it to work if it runs. But yeah, it's not in bad shape. Ooh, what do we got here? Stinks a little bit in there. Got a set of Chevy heads. Small block Chevy heads. I hope it's got a big block in it. Oh, those are Camelbacks. Look at that. That's a nice find. Those are, I think those sell for pretty good money still. Yeah, a little rust there. I think they definitely put a patch here off another truck. So you can see there. Fantastic bodywork job. Yeah. So, see what we got under here. Maybe. Yeah, it's a big block. I don't know what kind of big block. Well, it's a Chevy big block. But without being able to see the casting number back there, I won't be able to tell. Get in there far enough and find out. But somebody got rid of the old point system and put a HEI in it. That's nice. Look at that air cleaner. Everybody needs a 6-inch air cleaner. Come on. Oh, I can get in there far enough to see the numbers. I'm hoping it's like a 427 or something like that. 454. I'm gonna end up slipping it. Sticking that through my armpit. It's got the quadrijet on here. It opens. Oh dear.
Help! I've fallen.
I can't see nothing. I'm stuck. Woo. Yeah, I'm guessing it's probably a 366. Is that an extra fuel filter? Huh. That's got a big fuel filter right there. Nice. Oh, she's low. Well, it doesn't smell like it's got a lot of gas in it. Ooh, see if it turns over. Ah! Oh, Jeep. Uh-oh. wonder if it's in gear. My face is turning red. Now it's in neutral. Yeah, it's got a little bit of rust up here, which is strange. Unless these lights leak. I like it. Worst case scenario, I take the cab off and put it on another truck and build a C10. Or make a big C50. Still doesn't turn. That's everything I got. Ooh, there's a big wasp nest right here. Glad it's not summertime, that would have sucked. Pop the hood and get swarmed by killer bees. Let's just grab a battery and throw it in. Crank it over. I don't like doing that, but
You just said it doesn't turn.
well, I can't get it to turn. Unless it's one of them oddballs with 18-to-1 compression, 700 horsepower. Yeah, I think I'm gonna find a battery and see. Just give the key a little tap, see what happens. I'll be back when I find a good battery. We got a battery in it. Let's hit the key, see what happens. That thing sounds tight. Make sure the PTO isn't engaged. Well, it turns over. That's a good battery and it turns over slow. So might be a little dried up from sitting. Guess we could test spark. See if we got some of them. This thing's hooking me all the time. Yeah, I'll grab the spark tester and we'll go from there. I usually hook these right on the spark plug, but it takes the long boot, so I'm gonna try coming right out of coil. Oh, this is do not install with engine running. Oh, come on, that takes away all the fun. Can you come over here and see if you be able to see that? Try to put that glove there so
We can try.
it's not shining through the glass.
Right.
Or another. Nothing? Anything?
It blinked twice that whole time.
That's fine. That's all it's gonna blink because it's gotta make a revolution.
Oh.
I might crank it over and spray some stuff down the cylinders.
Yeah.
Unless it's the alternator belt squeaking, but it still doesn't crank very fast. Hope it doesn't need a starter. It'd suck. Although I think I got one for it. Maybe. Oh, it's doing something. It must be pumping gas.
Huh.
That's... Why is it coming out of there? And why would it be pumping gas already? Never had that happen before.
It's a mystery.
Yeah. It's not pumping gas. What is that? Why is it leaking? Probably try tightening them up too. I should get the alternator belt tightened up too. How's that sound? Maybe I'll grab my jumper pack, throw it on there.
Okay.
Yeah, grab my jumper pack, give it some extra amps. Yeah, I'm gonna spray the engine down in a few minutes. Kind of want to look through this thing, see what we found. A bunch of seals. A lot of seals. Coolant?
Is that blinker fluid? Oh no. Oh,
No.
that's blinker fluid.
It's green. Oh, parts master. Seafoam? Small bucket. Nothing.
It's empty. Boring.
Well, got a key, and then another key.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty boring.
It is pretty boring. Lame.
The guy told me it was one owner and never smoked it, and that's not the case. Like this radio delete cover. $8543. That's a weird spot for that. Tank looks
Nothing.
original. Oh. There's your blinker fluid.
That's brake fluid.
It started with a B. I was close. Too bad there isn't specs on this thing. I know in like Big Jim, in the glove box it says, you know, what gear ratio, what engine it's supposed to have. All that fun stuff. Is there anything good under the seats?
No.
Wow, this is the cleanest old rig ever.
I know. It's kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
Huh.
Just pretend like I didn't break that. Oh, well. I got a set of heads. I don't really have a use for them. But I'll find a use for them. I'll buy something with a small block Chevy in it just to use them. And it's got the small back window, so maybe it's a 67 cab. But I know, like, Big Jim's got a small back window, and they do that because they're an actual tractor. And with your duals, if you kick up a rock, it's less likely to break the back window with a smaller one in it. But nowadays, most semis don't have a back window. But back then, it was easier to use a cab off a pickup and make it into a semi. Or like our friends from Canada say, semi. Yeah, maybe I should go find my JB. Is it JB 80? Spray some down the. Spray some and crank it. Get a little bit of lube in them cylinders for now. Alright, go ahead, crank. A little bit longer. If anybody knows what this engine is just by looking at it, let me know. It's definitely a tall deck. I know that by looking at it. But yeah, it's a monster radiator in this thing. It's got a power steering pump on it, but it's got manual steering. That seems a little odd. Doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm breaking that one sitting there. 'Cause why would it have power steering pump and manual steering? Yeah. Or engine is actually out of something else. It's got a goofy starter in it. It's got the 3 bolts, not like the normal Chevy 2 where Chevy bolts where 2 of them go straight up into the block. Yeah, if I had to guess, it's 366. Yeah, I'm gonna let the blaster work in there for a while. Come back out after I put my, drag some cords over and get the jumper or my charger on it instead. I'll return when we got something going on. Oh, Sally cat, come here. She's like, oh, you're working on something and I wasn't included? Come on, shop lion. Hey, come here, kitty kitty. Come here. Come on. All right, you can help out. What are we doing here, huh? I'm talking to you. What are we doing? What are we working on? This is what she does. She absolutely loves being up here. Don't ya? She's another rescue cat. She showed up. We gave her away. Apparently she terrorized this beagle or something they had. So they brought her back and she's been here for 7 years or something. She's a beast. She's a good helper though. Right, Sally? Yeah. Get this thing running for me. Alright, I'll return after I get some cords out and the charger on it. Well, the battery's on boil. I figured we could try to get the brakes to do something. Okay, do it again. You guys see the dust come out of there? I'm getting some air out. Go ahead. Look at that. It's gonna go. Go ahead. Ooh. We're back the camera up. Okay, do it again. You got pedal?
It's not moving.
Oh, well. We got brakes to there. That's a plus. So, now after we get it running, if I get it running, I'm going to load it up with those chips and haul them towards the back. So, yeah, I'll have to. Go ahead, show me what you got for a pedal.
That's it.
Oh, well, that's nice. There's a vacuum canister underneath, so it does have power brakes. So that could be why the pedal's so hard, but I'll take one brake over 0. So, good work, Pump Master.
Thanks.
Yeah, she bleeds brakes better than anybody I know. Wow. Well, it's dark out now and I can't work on a truck outside, so let's get to the good stuff. Bushmills, Black Bush, Cherry Cask Reserve. This is actually the oldest distillery, what did I read that, in the world or something? Yeah. 1608 was when this brewery was founded, or distillery. So, I've been buffing away on the old Lincoln. You see how shiny it is?
Ooh-wee.
Attempt to read the back. Oh, the writing's bigger in here than in the house. Just talks about his license in 1608. Doesn't say what's going on with this, but yeah. Triple distilled, and it's darker. I think I like the darker ones better. Oh, and it's corked. Oh, that smells really good. And like always, you will get my honest opinion on this. I've had the other stuff. I didn't like it, right? Wasn't a big fan of it, but that's quite a bit lighter than this. Yeah, we've had that truck sitting here for over a week, and it's taken everything I had not to mess with it. So I wanted to get it fired up, but it's been so windy we couldn't film. So, oh, that smells really good. You can smell the sherry. Cherry? I don't even want to try it. It smells so good. Nope. Don't like it. Yep, still don't like it. Well, dang it. I'm not finding any good ones. But so yeah, weather's supposed to be decent tomorrow. We'll be out there messing with that old truck. I got the battery on charge, so hopefully it'll crank over good. Might look into the grounds. It might not have a very good ground. That could cause the starter not to crank properly. Because I only seen the one from the battery to the block, so it might need another ground. So I might just end up throwing a jumper cable on it, so it gets extra ground. So yeah. Not a big fan. It's in my glass, so that means I gotta finish it. So yeah. See you tomorrow when we're filming. It's time. Had the battery charging. Should be all charged up. It's I got some gas in the float and in the carb and on the intake, and see what happens. I'll give it a little bit more down the carb. Fired. I think it might have some gasket issues. Runs. I like a little bit of gas down the carb. You're gonna run, it'll stay running. doesn't smoke. A little bit of moisture. Not sure what that backfiring is. Wonder if it's a little bit out of time. Leaking gas everywhere, but valve train's a little noisy, but oil pressure gauge doesn't work, so hopefully it's got some. It runs. Hey! I call that a win. What do you think? You like it?
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe it lifted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna check the timing. It's got to be off. Hopefully it doesn't have a flat spot on the cam, but it shouldn't. Mess with that carb, see if I can find where it's leaking at. But yeah, I'll fiddle with it for a while and mess with the timing, see what happens, make sure the firing order's right. That's the biggest thing, is checking that. So.
And the oil.
I already checked the oil, it had some on it.
Oh, okay.
But it's only got a gauge, so that could be, it's not the mechanical kind, so I don't think. I don't know what that wire going in there does. Hey, that is oil pressure. It does have a hard line of oil pressure. It doesn't have any oil pressure. Yeah, I'll mess with it. We'll come back, we'll film in a little while again. Sounds better with more timing, but pull up the firing order, check that, make sure it's at top dead center. So yeah, I'll be back. The line I got for the oil pressure gauge is different. This one threads in, that one doesn't. So it's got the line unhooked. I'm gonna start it, and if it's dumping oil, it's got some kind of oil pressure. There's none there. So I'm guessing to the line, or this engine has zero oil pressure. So I'm I'm going to try to pull the line off down there and then start it and see if that's the issue. So I'll get back to you in a minute. That should have been throwing oil everywhere.
I don't think I saw any.
Oh, I didn't either. I'm gonna pull the oil filter off, see if it's got oil in it. Yeah, it should have been. Should have been a geyser coming out of that hole. I'm gonna get a strap. I won't loosen that filter. Well, it has no oil pressure. I don't know if the pickup tube off the oil pump broke off and it's laying in the bottom of the pan, or this is a different distributor. I don't know if the driver isn't long enough or it's not reaching the oil pump. But I'm going to tear into it. I'll pull the oil plug out. Maybe I can see if the dipstick tube is, or the pickup tube's just sitting in the bottom. But yeah, I don't want to start it again because without oil pressure, it's just going to wreck something. So yeah, that's going to do it for this week's episode. I got it running after 23 years. Maybe that's why they parked it. Is maybe they put a distributor in it, lost oil pump pressure, and gave up, or I don't know. I can pull the pan off without ripping the engine out, and I guess if it does need an oil pump, it's just 3 bolts. It's not that hard to put one in it. So yeah, go check out my brother's channel and other various friends on YouTube. I'll put a link in the description down below. So for this week, I'm going to call it a wrap. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you next Thursday. So I figured out what was wrong with Big John. I didn't have any oil pressure. The distributor out of it. This is the distributor I bought for the Impala with the big block. That's a short deck. That thing's a big, tall deck. The same length. So that means the gear was on the cam was only powering, just hitting the very edge of the gear. That's why I was running. But the oil driver wasn't in all the way, so it wasn't making it let it have oil pressure. Granted, this one here is a small block, but on a short deck big block, your top water pump hole is about the same height as your top of your deck. On a tall deck, there's like almost a half an inch there. That's the difference between a short deck and a tall deck big block. Hence, they take different distributors. So if you're ever messing with a tall deck or a short deck and you're not sure which one it is, that's how you tell. So I'm going to try to find a distributor at the junkyard tomorrow. I know he's got a few of them C50s and C60s in there with big blocks. So hopefully he has an HEI. I really don't want to go back to points in that thing because I'll be going backwards. But we'll see. So if I find one, we'll film on that tomorrow and see if we can get some oil pressure and, make it quit popping through the carb and making all that funny noises. See you tomorrow.